All right, everybody, how's it going? If you're new here, welcome. Today, we're going to be looking at a little bit something different that we have on the channel. Today, we're going to be looking at SteelSeries Sonar. I've been doing a couple videos with some microphones, and people have been wondering, how do I get it to sound so good? We do some modifications that's going on right now. It brings a little bit of the fidelity back to my voice, and it's a little bit of AI, a little bit of algorithm, a little bit of voice changing stuff, which we'll look deeper into that as we go through SteelSeries. If you guys haven't heard of that before, it's a free piece of software that you guys can download and make some modifications and do some audio routing and those types of things. Similar to like Voice Meter or things like that, but we'll get into that here in just a second. So guys, sit back, relax, and let's hop straight into it. All right, let's go ahead and hop straight into the installation and getting the software itself. So first you got to go to SteelSeries.com, and then once you go here, you want to go to the Sonar section under software. You do have a free download button right here at the front, which I've already got that downloaded. So let's go ahead and get that installed. This will take a little bit of time to install. I've sped it up a little bit, but we'll go ahead and zip through this and get this fully installed. Once it's done, you'll be welcomed with a, do you have an account or don't have an account? So definitely go ahead and make your account. You definitely want to have that available for you. Once you go ahead and make it, then you'll be asked to sign in. I'll go ahead and get signed in here. You do have moments, the engine, giveaways, and Sonar. You definitely want to make sure you keep Sonar. If you want to have moments, which captures real-time games and clips for you, then you absolutely can. But for this purposes, we're just going to do Sonar. You want to go over to the Sonar tab and click Start so it can get going for you. This will take a few minutes. It's going to scan all your audio devices, and it'll show them here in this list. I don't have any just as of right now, but we're going to skip through this so we can go ahead and get this set up, and I'll show you the finished product. You can also select where you want things to go and the microphone that you're going to use, and then it's going to start setting up the virtual plugins. Once it's all ready to go, you're going to be here at the end with the master volume, game, chat, media, aux, and microphone. Now you can adjust some shortcuts and adjust which microphone or headset you want to use. But for the main importance of this, we're going to go to the microphones here, and you have a bunch of preset options. Inside of here, you do have a bunch of them: broadcast, high pitch, low pitch, clarity, deep voice, which is the one that I recommend for mostly for the dudes out there, to add a little bit of that low end back into the microphone, because that's usually what gets sacrificed when in a microphone. Now, if you want to adjust this manually, you absolutely can, but I do recommend just putting on the Clearcast AI's noise canceling, because that just does a lot of the heavy lifting. You can, down below, do the noise reduction, the noise gate, the compressor, but again, you want to do less work. Just throw on the AI portion. It does great, just leaving it default. But if you have a lot of noise in your background, you want to make sure that you turn that up or down if you have less, so you don't have to worry about it losing a little bit on your voice or cutting too much out. But once we get done, you can adjust things if you want to on the sub bass, the lows, the mids if you want to, or you guys can check out some of the rest of the stuff off to the side once you get there. Now, we are going to go into a quick test so I can show you a little bit about some of these preset settings, some that I use and some of them that are just fun, but just to give you an idea of what it sounds like and what it does to my voice. All right, so let's dive into the microphone settings themselves. So we do have the Mayano PD400X that I'm using right here. Currently, this is currently set on deep voice. Now we're going to go ahead and choose a regular one, like say flat. And this is with flat on. Again, it is flat for a reason, but doesn't really do a lot of great work there for my voice. Now we do have boom arm, desk stand, Pro for the boom arm. Those are just enhancements for being able to adjust the sensitivity. So this is just with boom arm. It's supposed to help create it and feel a little closer and be able to pull you in. But we'll go ahead and skip the boom arms because that may be depending on your setup. Now, this is going to be balanced. This is kind of what you generally start with. Just nothing too crazy. Some mild enhancements here. This will be broadcast high pitch. Don't think this really works for me. It's probably a no-go there. Then we have broadcast low pitch, which does do a little bit on the low end, but definitely, again, that's up to you and your mic, depending on how the sounds. Always do test recordings when playing around with these to see what those sound like. Now, this is for clarity high pitch. So this is going to be a lot more on the highs. Again, doesn't really work out too well for me, but we're going to switch over to the clarity low pitch now and be able to see how that looks and sounds and see just all around how it feels. Again, we're going to go back to the deep voice, which brings back to more of my natural sounding as it brings it back with those lows back up. Now, this is going to be a bit of a different one. This one is less nasally. So I really don't know how this one works. This is actually a new one that I haven't really used. So this will be interesting for me to also come back around and see how this sounds from this recording to see how that is. And then the fun one. We're going to go to walkie-talkie. So this is walkie-talkie. Definitely sounds like a walkie-talkie. Super fun to do, and you could have a lot of fun with this if you wanted to. But these are definitely your base presets. Like I said, we skipped over some of the mic stands, boom arms, desk, whatever, because those are different, and that's if you're going to use it that way for your microphone. So that is, again, you might want to test that out. And also, you can back out of here and see each of those pieces and see what that looks like on the main mixer for, is it sub bass, mid, bass, mids, highs, those types of things. But enough of the walkie-talkie. We'll switch back to the regular, and so yeah, I mean, it does its own enhancements. Again, it depends on your voice and who you are, and all that being said, feel free to try it out. This is free. It's great. You don't have to pay for anything, and like Voice Meter, they have premium, they have extra plugins you can get that are, again, premium, but those are for actual virtual plugins. This has 4 of them built in. You can use those as you like with your stream setup. So don't forget to check it out. Again, it's free to download. All right, and that's SteelSeries Sonar in a nutshell. Again, there are other things like moments that you guys can look at, but this is just SteelSeries to get your microphone where you want it to be. Now, again, for the dudes out there, deep voice is great. Brings a little bit of those lows back in, but if you don't have that low of a voice, it may sound a little weird. So do make sure that you're checking all the presets, making sure which one's better. Is it clarity? Or is it low, or is it your mids, whatever works well with your voice. And of course, you have the clarity versions and all the broadcast sections as well. So again, just play around with them, see what works best for you. But again, this is a great way to take a terrible mic or even just a good mic and just give it a little bit extra. You could turn a headset microphone into something that actually sounds pretty decent, and you can take a really good microphone like my Mayano here and turn it into exactly what you need it to sound like instead of losing some of those low ends. And again, that's for every microphone out there. So don't think that every mic or there's a special one out there that will just magically capture you the way it's supposed to. There are. Don't be wrong. There are. But they're very, very expensive usually. So you do need a little bit of assistance most of the time on these lower end mics, or you're just happy with the way it sounds. But if you do like this video, guys, feel free to leave a like here and go ahead and throw a comment down below if this helped you out any. And, of course, this will be here for if I have any other microphones or headsets. This will be linked in for those videos as well. So, and if you haven't checked out any of the microphone reviews, go check them out. You'll see the microphones themselves. They have the raw audio, and then we do have the SteelSeries adjustments to go along with it. So you can see what that sounds like as well as more than just the Mayano PD400X. But, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new here, and feel free to stick around for some new videos. We got tons of those on the way. I cannot understate that enough. There is so much stuff on the way. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited. So until next time, guys, I will see you on the next one.